Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be doing my reaction for the 100 season finale part 1 and 2. So there's, I really loved the season finale parts 1 and 2. So first I'm going to get started with part 1. I wrote some notes just so I wouldn't forget anything. So, part 1. So, in part 1, basically, it's like the Grounders and the Sky People teaming up to go save their people in Mount Weather. So, one thing that really surprised me was Lexa's betrayal. I was not expecting that, and I was like, holy shoot. I wasn't expecting that at all. And so to see Alexa just totally betray Clark was such a big, just an eye-opener. And I feel like there's two sides of this coin, because one, like, Lexa feels she has to protect her people first, and then Clark's like, dude, like, you basically left my people to die because you made a deal with the, Mount Weathermen. And so to me, that was, like, such a low move. Like, I understand, like, Lexa wanted to get her people out, but, like, why would you totally, like, screw somebody over who's, like, helped you time and time and again? Like, Clark saved Lexa's life. Like, she could have left her to die when they were in that, like, zoo with the gorilla, but Clark's like, no, I'm saving your life. And for Lexa just to, like, believe her like that was, like, a huge blow. I was just like, well, yeah, that's not cool. Okay, so, whenever, like, the Grounders started to retreat, and Indra tells Octavia, hey, let's go. Octavia's like, no, I'm not looking at my brother, and Indra's like, fine, you're, like, no longer my second. For me, I mean, I was a little bit sad that she lost her second position, but I'm so proud of Octavia, just because she's grown so much, and she's not going to desert her brother. Like, her brother loves her more than anything, and she's not going to leave her brother, so I thought that was really cool how she was like, well, screw you, I'm going to go fight to get my brother out. So I thought that was really awesome. Okay, so whatever, I just loved how, like, Octavia and Wick, they were trying to, like, basically stop the whole turbines, and I thought it was just cool how they were working together. I loved their little moments. What was so heartbreaking is that, like, whenever they had the explosion and they were both hurt, like, Raven's brace was broken, Wick's arm was probably broken. You know, Wick's trying to get her mind off of things and be like, hey, like, my brace would have been easier, you know, it would have lasted longer. Definitely trying to lighten the mood. I thought it was so sweet how they were holding each other. I was like, oh my gosh. Ah. Dude, that was so emotional because, you know, Raven's like, please don't leave me. And I'm thinking back to season 1 of the finale when when Raven was left all alone and she couldn't move. She couldn't move her legs, and to be left alone until found by John Murphy, the person who shot you, that had to be pretty terrible. And so for Raven just to say, like, please don't leave me, Wick was like, I'm not going anywhere. It was just like, oh my gosh, yay, heartwarming. Okay, so Maya's dad dying, it was sad. I mean, was I, like, totally devastated? No, but I mean, we really didn't get to, like, know him that well, but I thought it was cool how he was a hero and helped them out. So I was really impressed with the part 1, and on to part 2. So part 2 just literally blew my mind. Like, it was, besides episode, I think 4 or 5 of season 2, this is my favorite episode for several reasons. One, Bellamy and Clark are finally reunited. Thank the Lord. They needed to get together sooner. I'm so glad they were back together, helping each other out. And Octavia was finally reunited with her brother. I thought that was so awesome. Monty and Jasper were safe. I loved their teamwork. I thought it was really cool. Yes, so I thought it was really awesome. Okay, so definitely, okay, let's start from the beginning. So whenever they were, like, the people were getting, like, their bone marrow sucked out, that was horrible. Like, literally, it was so freaking creepy, and I was like, why? And then Raven got on the table, and I was like, heck no, Raven better not die. I freaking love Raven, and I don't want to lose another awesome female character. I don't know, I just felt like she was going to die, because originally, Lindsay Morgan was only supposed to be in a couple of episodes, but then they loved her so much, so they kept her as a season regular. So, I'm so happy that she did not die, and she was saved, and her being on that table was just awful. Like, why would you want an injured person's, like, marrow? That makes no sense. So to drill in her one good leg, which is so painful, Wick trying to climb the wall to get to her was so heartbreaking. I was like, oh my gosh, why? Raven's been through so much in the season, like so much, and just finally seeing her saved. Cage is just a major horrible person. I understand his logic, but you don't need to torture innocent people just to get what you want. Okay, so whenever Clark's shooting the Chancellor, so Clark basically, Bellamy, they go to the Chancellor like, hey, you need to stop. You need to save our people. The Chancellor's like, I can't do that. And I don't really understand, like, why he switched. I mean, I understand that he wants to save his people, but there are other ways of going about that. You don't need to torture somebody just to get what you want. And so whenever Clark was like, no BS, like, she got the president on the phone and was like, listen up, Cage. I'm with your dad, and I'm going to shoot him unless you do what I say. And so when she actually went through it, I was like, holy shoot. Clark just, man, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. Because I feel like I wish there was another way, but, and again, like, he would have never stopped. So this was honestly one step closer for Clark being taken seriously. So, I mean, yes, it was sad. And yes, I wish the president would have helped him, but I felt like it was a necessary evil. Okay, something else. So, whenever they were, it was like, it was Bellamy and Clark and Monty and Jasper. So Jasper's trying to save Maya, and then Octavia is with Jasper. That was kind of cool. That was kind of the cool moment. So whenever Bellamy and Clark are in the control center, and they're like, shoot, we have to get out of people. And then Clark's mom was on the table. Heck no. Like, that was so freaking heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Ugh. It was so heartbreaking. I was like, why? And so just Bellamy just being there for Clark. Like, whenever he's like, we have to let in the air, outside air in, it was horrible because they were innocent children in that room. But honestly, they would have never stopped. Like, they would have never stopped, and all their people would have died probably, which would have been awful. So I thought it was really sweet how, like, Bellamy's like, he kind of described Clark's hand. He was like, hey, like, you're not alone. I'm here with you. We're gonna do this together. Thought that was a really, really cool moment. Okay. Next, so whenever they go to rescue their people, that was just really heartfelt. I loved how Miller and Azar were reunited. I feel like Miller is an underrated character. I really love Miller and hope he gets some more screen time. I loved how, Clark and her mom were reunited, and I loved how Clark was like, I tried to be good, and her mom was like, there are no good and bad people. You just have to do what's right. I thought that was a really awesome moment. I loved how Wick ran to Raven and, like, carried her all the way back to camp. So many feels in that moment. It was so sweet. And think about it. That is 8 miles. So Wick carried Raven 8 miles back to camp. Like, that's intense. Like, intense love right there. Because that obviously is very tiring, probably. Okay, so after that, I really loved that moment. Okay, so then we get to Lincoln. Lincoln killing Cage was just so awesome, just how he totally turned the odds into his favor, and he basically did what Cage did to him the first time, making him a Reaper, and it was just awesome. Wasn't expecting it. I was like, shoot, well, you're gonna die. So yeah. So Maya dying, it was sad. I mean, in reality, I'm so glad it wasn't, like, a major character that died. But I still think it was sad, that Maya had to die. I thought it was sad. But I was sad, but I was also happy that it wasn't, like, one of my main characters that I love, like Raven. I honestly thought Raven was going to die. And I was going to throw, like, I would be like, no. Like, it's not happening. No. Okay. So my other favorite moment is whenever they get to the camp, and I loved the basically role reversal whenever Bellamy, before that, was like, she's my sister, my responsibility. I love that line. And apparently it was ad-lib too. That's what Jason, the creator, tweeted. I thought that was really cool. I thought it was so sad how Clark's like, I'm not going back inside the camp. Every time I look at them, I'm just going to see the people I killed. And Bellamy's like, you know what? If you want your forgiveness, you're forgiven. Which was so sweet because you flash back to season 1 when Clark tells Bellamy, you are forgiven. Don't worry about it. I'm here for you. And Bellamy was just like, oh my gosh, Clark, I'm here for you. Like, you're forgiven. Was like, the feels. All those feels for Bellark. It was just so depressing how she just ran off. I mean, in one sense, I wish Bellamy would have ran after her, but I understand why he didn't. So much stuff's gonna go down. Lincoln and Octavia reunited. Hooray. So yeah. So, I don't know. I'm not a big Jaha fan, so this mysterious lady is like, who is this lady? I don't really know. But my hope for season 3 is that we get more Raven and Wick scenes. We get more Miller and Jasper scenes. And I loved how Raven gave Jasper the goggles. And she was like, here are your goggles. Because that was such a big part of his life. In season 1, he always had his goggles on. He's known as Goggle Boy. Oh, that was awesome. So I just really loved this season. This season was so awesome. It was so great. I was never bored. There was something always going on. The characters were well developed. The storyline was great. It was not predictable, and I loved it. I'm so happy it's getting renewed for season 3. So if you have not watched The 100, it's on Netflix, season 1, and season 2 is on Hulu or wherever you watch TV. So my hope for season 3, again, just continued, is I hope we get more. I'm interested to see, like, what's going to happen now they're back at the camp. And how is everyone going to react to Clark being gone? I think that's going to be very, very interesting, and I cannot wait. I really hope Clark's not going to go find Lexa, because I swear to God, if she goes and finds Lexa, like, no. Like, why would you go after somebody who freaking betrayed you and left you for dead? Not okay. Go back to Bellamy and your friends, Clark. But I understand her wanting to be alone. I would love more just explanation again of Miller and Jasper and Monty and Octavia and Lincoln. I love their relationship. I just loved this season. So let me know what you guys thought of the season finale. Thank you guys for watching this long video. Lots of thoughts. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful night, guys. Bye.